So every morning, this morning, we have a yoga class. So you have the practice. Everything is there. So you can go. Smaranam. In spiritual life, Srila Jiva Goswami, in all his book, Smaranam, Smaranam. No Smaranam, what is devotional life? And we will show, especially in yoga class, how to. And next, we are now starting with our Dr. Alzheimer. You can go quickly. Well, it's just inspiration. Elephant, memory. Next. So this is Alzheimer photo. Maybe you know the photo, but like you can see, almost nobody knows his name, and it is not all information. If you want to know, it is Alois. It's not a very name that you find in every book. Okay, so next now we start. And in a Srimad, interesting for yourself or your friend, if you are born on 4, it means if you are born on 13, on 22, on 31, you are prone to this disease. So take care now and avoid the worst, because we have all instruments, all good practice to be perfect. But this is the field, in Ayurveda, Kshetra, what is the Kshetra? And according to Kshetra, you can say what is the disease coming or not coming. So in the next image, we start with Nishingadev. It's a very good inspiration. And because it's teaching to Prahlad, and this Lila tells us a lot about the perfect memory. You can see on the next image, you have everything in this teaching, in this motivation, repetition. You can see everything is there. So how it works? Hygiene, you can see Prahlad. Yes, for example, he offered the cake to honor it. And in this way, he was not killed, but the poison secretly added by the Asura. You know the story. And for us, environmental hygiene also means Vastu. I will show more after about this. See later. So we have motivation next, and just to remember, hygiene means also you start here in all kind of health condition. If it is not clean here, for example, if you have mercury in your teeth, this is already the end of your life, but the beginning of many suffering. So in the next, we will see Narada Muni, because Narada Muni was a spiritual master for our Prahlad Maharaj. This is nice. So he gets a strong motivation because, material life is horrible and spiritual life is marvelous. So this is motivation. And we have good example. He shares with his boyfriend image can be the water in a pond becomes stagnant, but not the water in a river. So we share, and more we share, better the memory. And Prahlad, he also repeat what he learned from his spiritual master, Narada Muni. And this is in Sloka 17. And we can see that faith creates motivation. And for concentrating all the teaching in 55 sloka. This is marvelous, because he was in the one to get the teaching for months and months and months and years. You know the story. So it's a long teaching, 55. So we go next, because it is wonderful, but we have a lot to say. So now, first step. For most people, memory is not working because some memory can weight heavily and obscure completely any new learning. And it is a terrible thing. So among the main tips to avoid bad images, like on a computer, you delete a file, not you put in the dustbin. No, you write on it, and again and again and again. So we do the same, next image, with Maha Mantra, so easy. With many Maha Mantra, you can cover completely the bad files. It works for everybody, and it's very simple. You can speak, you can have meditation, and even you can write. This is Lika Yoga, it's very famous. And most important, next, we can, Bhagavad Gita 15:15, huh? We can pray Krishna because he is remembrance, but he is also the way to forget. Janam Smriti Apohanam Cha. Very good. He gave everything, memory, and even the way to forget. So on the next image, we have the important point nowadays we know, because it is in Bhagavad Gita, it is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that a Japanese named Emoto, we will see image after coming, it shows that crystal, when they are in a test tube and become ice, you can have beautiful photo if you have nice coming vibration of nice word, nice image, and next 10 seconds for each image. Oh, yeah, this is Emoto. Now, if write on the text eternal, this is marvelous. Next one, gratitude. This is a good name. But if you make the same, you write something very bad, even a name like Hitler, it makes the crystal completely destroyed. So the water keep emotion in our body, so this is clear. But for the best or for the worst, we have to think about this. Srila Narottam Das Thakur, he got the best, the prema in the water, and some of us don't get so much. So it seems that it was the previous image, thinking can control the biological behavior of our cells. This is really great here. But now, in next image, we have to say about motivation, because you missed one, but anyway, we can understand. Motivation, most important, because we have to start the learning. So we have what it is called just before, the reinforcement. I will say in positive way, this is, we get a reward for a good action, and our motivation becomes greater, of course. For example, my guru is happy with my seva. It's normal. Huh? Now, negative. Conversely, if we receive a punishment, our motivation will decrease to make the same mistake, of course. And this is, we can say, the school for dogs. The dog, he make a mistake, he make good, he get a biscuit. Okay, so after a short time, he know everything. So the expectancy theory is a great thing. Yeah, go next. And this is like an equation, so this is good. Because in this equation, you can choose the next. Yeah, and more. You follow? V is the value. It means the personal value for you, what it brings for me. And we have also to see instrumentality. Will I get something in return? And of course, see like competences. Am I able to achieve the desired result? Otherwise, we don't feel inspiration or motivation. So, you know algebra, of course, you are a great scientist, and you know single zero means zero motivation. So this is interesting. This is just a funny thing to write algebra in psychology, because sometimes people, they have nothing because just one is zero. And next picture, the mind like water. And I like to say this because it is on again and again the good image to remember. Stop fighting with difficult things. Just be like water. Water will on again take the same shape after. You put in a different box, okay? But it is really a good image. We can see more about this, but you can ponder a lot about this. This is really helping a lot. Because more we fight with a thing we don't like, the worse it's become inside. It is not improving anything. We go to the next. This is repetition, readers. And in this, we know that if we review the material just before to forget it, we extend the retention time because we transfer the knowledge into the long-term memory. This is interesting. Next. We have to go a little quick because we have 108. And no, not so quick. At least 10 seconds. They have to read. I know the pictures, but they have to discover. So in the next, yeah, we can see next pictures. Pimsleur, maybe you know already the name. He make very interesting table when, you know, if you have something new, just after 5 seconds, you try it. Just on again, and you have all the details of the interval to rehearse. But you can see at the end, after 4 months, you have a look, and for 2 years, it is in the memory. It's really good, no? So next. You can go a little quick on this because I guess everybody knows this famous drawing. This is important, this is well known, and it shows clearly, that we learn quickly, but we forget also quickly, especially Vata people. More, go quickly. Okay, next. So the solution comes in the next diagram with repetition, because more you will repeat, less you have to suffer. You follow? So going next. And this is in the long-term memory. Next. And more, we have to understand. And this is missing in many schools, at least in the past. I don't know in India, but in Europe, we have to suffer that people, they ask to learn something, you don't understand anything. So of course, it is not for a long time in your brain. You know? Now we'll show more image about concentration with more details, but again, don't be worried. Many comments are coming in a PDF that you can read peacefully. So now in next, we can say the point is to reach the flow. You know maybe about this, or maybe you know the people, they say to be in the zone, especially people with sport activity. That means the zone is where, the flow is where the notion of passing time disappears. Nothing can distract us. And efficiency naturally becomes maximum. So how we can avoid, this is clear, but in the next image, we have now to show that we have to help the body, and to help this body, we have many solutions we can share in yoga, in Ayurveda, like meditation. So you can show all this image. I don't need to speak too much. Go slowly one by one. So like this baby. Oh, just 1 second. Come back to the, this is for training of the brain. This is very famous. In the same image, you have 2 images. Next image. Can you see 2 images? Everybody? You have a woman, but you have also a man with a pipe. So this is simple. Next one is the same. You have also 2 in 1. Some they see a vase, some they see 2 people. And if you can go one, it's very good for the brain. So we can go next because it is a great fun, but we have also the ears we will see in yoga. Some marma are very easy to massage and get immediately relaxation. More you relax, better is your memory, better is your concentration at least. So in the next many other way, you have this marma on the heel behind, and you have more on again. On the end, each finger is for one problem with your psychology. And what you have to do, well, you just put in your hand with the other hand, I mean. Show the next, and everybody can understand. You can see, so simple. So next. This sphenoidal zone is very, very important. So you just massage, and the way to massage is make something like a little rhythm. Or if it is too difficult, you can make little round, yeah? And it works immediately. You can see sometimes people, they have a big problem to solve, so they make like this. It is natural, right? It is not that, of course, it is natural for more than 5,000 years. Next, to see more, this is in connection with the pituitary gland. And on the next also, you will see that it can be also the need to improve your habits. So in the next pictures, in next photo coming, you have to remember that more there is action, more there is success. But this is more learning, of course, but at the same time, exercise, next one, because it is in Sanskrit, so it is beautiful and very famous. Maybe you have read this in your school, that we exercise the mind, we make good effort and we get good result. But nowadays we know that also physical exercise is needed. So this is coming next. So intelligent action, but not just action. Next. This is important to say because it looks easy, okay, but because you are very intelligent people, you are really at risk. That means other people, they space out and no problem. Your distraction is not coming so much, but very intelligent people, yes. Next. And now this is some way easy to do. Before, make strong exercise, and next, relax. Even the muscle, peshi, they become stronger if after exercise, immediately after you relax. And the mind also. So it can be laughing. Now it is a new therapy. You go in some place and for 1 hour, everybody is laughing. We can try if you want. It is working well. And next, this is from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So you can see that it is not imagination of psychology with a child brain. Next one. So now we will go to the main tips. And I will say before something important, because you are a scientist and you know about synapses in the brain, and to form new synapses, you need 12 days. So even it seems a little hard, a little heavy, try to memorize 12 days after this is okay. 12 and 21 are very important. So we will have a survey of many important things that you can show slowly that everybody can read. I will say something for practical training that we have in Gurukul, the spelling the words backward. For example, if I say A, M, E, R, P, what do you understand? I speak too quick. A, M, E, R, P. This is backward, and it is prima, if you read, not backward. Huh? So you can make a play like this with two. One is saying one word, and you have to say quickly, what is the word? And it's excellent for the brain. So you go step by step. Huh? There is many image. Asymmetric yoga exercise are also wonderful. Even just you put your hand up and the feet opposite extension, just asymmetrical. And it look simple, but if you try, for example, every day you make puja, ring bell, and you have the plate, okay? Now try to do the opposite. Here it is a bell, and move your plate. Okay, you see the problem? Try it, it is very interesting. So left hand, okay, now right hand. So anything, you offer some item, but it means that some training is needed because the two brain, no, one is now taking all the all the food. And 1 plus 1 is 11. So better you have the two together. So we can go, even I don't say, you go 10, 12 second image and more. So this is important in Srila Jiva Goswami, he say, from the books, we remember the beginning and the end. Put the best at the beginning and put the best also at the end. And even in Srimad Bhagavatam, what is the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam? They say, please do practice meditation on Krishna, right? You go to the last verse, you say, how to practice meditation on Krishna. This is the best, and this is beginning and end. Huh? So among the many tips important and maybe basic, dehydration can be a main problem because all the mental functioning, the mood, the concentration, alertness, this is a failure, and especially short-term memory if you have no your water. So every 1 danda, 24 minutes, drink a little sip, little water. So this is also on the right side, you can see kidney marma 1. This is a special good point for memory. The feet is in connection also with the knees, with the hips and the ears. So it's very important for spiritual life. Now we'll go to something simple, image by image. This we explained this morning in yoga. You can see. And this is just to review our Ayurveda basic. And next image, something you can do. Talking to a baby, next, making gardening, next, so many, but it can be anyway that you have some problem. So you can nourish nicely your brain, we will see after, but you can avoid sugar because it's really poison for the brain, okay? But it can be that you have to help a little bit. So some they go immediately for supplement and so on. No, first you do AOB, AB, and your job, birthday, your rasi, your nakshatra, color you like, 5 elements, your name. All this is important for your memory because it's not the same. And basically at school, we have to see some children, they are like most children, visual or auditive, but some they are very olfactive, and most of us we are, and some they are kinesthetic. They have to touch to remember. Maybe you can remember this. Some children, they touch something or they touch you when you want to say, you have to learn this. This is because they are kinesthetic. So you put the touch and you can remember. And give your vehicle the fuel. For example, you are a blood type. These people, they need what we call in Sanskrit ashvasana. They need insurance. Otherwise, they will not go next step. It's very important for these people. So feel sure that you are relaxed with some insurance. The place is good for the things you want to learn, you can remember. I was talking about Vata people. So Vata people, they are mainly dry, filiform, and quick. We can say more, but it is basic. And they feel very tough to concentrate because they are just moving a lot in their mind, in their body. It's very difficult. But you can improve easily by the diet. You give more kapha dishes, and immediately they feel better vigilance. In the next, oh, it is already here, okay. Align yourself with your value. It means you can close your eyes and you can imagine your ideal day. Where? With whom? To do what? Oh, you have to close your eyes. Oh, it's impossible. And what would I feel? And now you open your eyes and you write, and this is your values. What you like. And if you don't work according to this, you don't feel at home and you cannot remember anything well. So let's refuse. It was in the previous image, but anyway, you can understand. because you know perfectly Bhagavad Gita, and you know some verses, they are double in Bhagavad Gita. And among these is duty, they say, your duty, not the duty on somebody else. You do your duty, only this one. And this is in chapter 3, 35, but this is also at the end in 18:4. So why? Because it's very important. An inspiration, at least be here and now. It looks simple because all the yogis, they say this from the year 68, previous century. It's so important. And if we don't follow, you become like people you are used to live with. Maybe you are aware that all grooms, they look alike, or people sometimes they look like their pets. This is funny. If you make Sankirtan door to door, you have this experience. Oh, this is a pet and this is a man I know. Small dog like this, you have a man, look the same, sure. And or even profession. This is sad to say, but if you look at butchers, most they look already like pigs because they kill the pigs every day. So cell goal is very important that they are grandiose, immense. Don't be shy. It will work. If it is something small, you forget. Don't care. So in the short and long term. It's help also to keep people of the same goal around you. Svajati, this is all time in the Shastra. Take notes. Svadhyaya in Sanskrit means you repeat for yourself. And even you have at school this important thing, you say to you what you want to write. And this is improving a lot, especially when children they are dyslexic. And if you were with headache with your computer to dial properly, because you dial, but the letters, they are all time upside down. Oh, okay, dyslexia, no problem. You use your voice, and now you can dial very quickly, no mistake. So, reading faster, and this Yoga Nidra, wonderful, because after this kind of very deep relaxation, we will do in yoga, not here. Otherwise, you miss the Prashat. And we can experiment that this long-term memory is working so well. It's very interesting. This is important. We will see next that some people, they are very much involved in perfectionism, details. And this is especially what people born on 6, 15, and 24, they like a lot. So this is good to like perfection, of course. I don't say it is bad, but too much, it can be a frustration because you become ineffective because you are in frustration if you want to make stuff. Stress, this is acidity. So how to avoid? This is stress everywhere in this world. So we can understand, oh, this is just the end of Krishna. Oh, Maya is so kind because Maya means compassion. So what I call a trial, a failure is maybe a good lesson for me for the future, or maybe something better is coming. Huh? Okay, so live in present. And now we will go to the important thing of Guru Maharaj, like very much, be positive and see everything in positive terms. I think it is a good writing. So at least, yes, is better. And now there are good words, and you have many, you will see in my report, my comments. And the power of the world is also linked to the repetition, of course, but in the association. So it is important to put this one. You have a few things I like very much, but maybe you know more, especially this one, you know, some people, they come to you, I'm completely lost. The answer is no, you are here and now. I mean, you are present. Most of the problem is because we are not yoga. I mean, we don't practice meditation because if you are in Ma Mantra, you are here and you are present, you are not in the future and not in the past. Okay, because next, it is what very famous Carl Jung, he called synchronicity. If you practice yoga, certainly you know this. This is marvelous. I will say more in yoga because it is really a pleasure that the event comes just naturally at the right time, at the right place when you need it, if you are in this spirit. So now a few images to show many things like rosemary you have in the kitchen, maybe not today, but tomorrow. And so next. Omega-3, certainly you know, you have a few examples here. B12 is also important. You have many foods that can facilitate the B12 in your body, and dopamine. So dopamine, maybe you don't know so much, but it is to provide you enthusiasm. Oh, this is good. So if you have difficulty to concentrate, maybe your dopamine is low, you have deficiency, but if you have a vegetarian diet, high in protein, certainly you have enough dopamine. Don't take too much protein, it is really dangerous. So you have many, ripe banana, beets, sesame, squash, watermelon, turmeric, so many things. Olive oil, moringa in India. And again, I repeat, bad sugar is the worst thing, even for dopamine. So this is also something good for the brain. To sprout the vegetable, mandal is so easy. I make today for you. You can connect. And you know this famous Ginkgo biloba. It is widespread in the world, but in India you have Bacopa moneri, you have Brahmi, so we are not poor. We have. So now this is Vastu. So Vastu is a full seminar, but at least you can see on this image that the head is northeast, and this is a place for water. Very, very important. And in the next image, you can see that is, if you look at the second line, where to study, of course, in the northeast. And better you sleep, head to the south or east, or you study better when you look east side. It's very important, especially if you have to deal with children, because if they look at west, they are all time in a speculation, in a agitation. It's terrible. Huh? Some they can say yes. And this is so. Anyway, I want to say more about this because I like very much Vastu. I teach for many years this, and it is the solution for so many things. Because nowadays, most people, they know, I have to be intelligent with my food. I have to practice meditation. Obviously, I am a human being, but they neglect their Vastu. In the Dam, it is not maybe so strong, but anyway, even here, we have built this entire institute according to Vastu. And it is really better. Most people who come here, they say. So in the next, this is interesting that you see in Kolkata, we are just exactly according to the golden ratio. So if you can use this golden ratio in your life, if you have to go somewhere, latitude 22 is very good, but try to use it. Next. This is on again Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita to give you some nectar. And in the next, we can see, or we will see, something important because we have to be attentive. If it is boredom, you cannot go in the topics because you have to forge the basics, the landmarks, find a way to start. Because after some time, you have some new synapses, and you can link with information already in stock. So you make the subject very interesting. But something that can be a problem, you neglect your biorhythm. Because on these pictures, you can see that the green one with, you can see the green, huh? It is, you can show with pointer, this line is for brain, intellectual. So of course, when it is top, on the top, you feel so easy to concentrate. But when it is hollow, it is not a time to learn new things, it is a time to rehearse, revise. And it works like this. up and down, using against, like a good swimmer, he's not fighting with the waves. He just tries to follow the wave up and down, and it is so easy. But you can show the inflection point on the horizontal. When you go to the inflection, it is not up, it is not down, so relax. It is not your good day. Huh? So you can get your thyroid because it is starting from the birth, but you can get maybe automatically on some website. This is easy. Next. This is time for conclusion because my procedure going there and maybe your stomach is waiting. So I would like to go to the next, next image, Prabhuji. We have two things, Srila Bhaktivedanta, okay, you know very well. And my favorite is also Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, next image, because next image, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, next image, is a, if I were to remember just one thing, may it be Radharani smile. Thank you very much. It's very beautiful. So you can go on next image. Yeah, you have Radharani. And one bonus more is 2 years, next image. It's a famous Padma Purana. Huh? Everybody knows the verse, but we have to remember because Smantavya Satanam Vishnu is so obviously. And next. This is just next image, last one, just to keep in the mind the 7 point, 7 chapter, we have, well, it is an overview, right? It is not, we can say we talk about, but in my comments, you have all details, please. Don't be shy to ask, this is available. And yoga class is there for practice exercise. If you have any question, you can also put in email, because maybe now you are rushing to the prasadam door. So, Ma prasadam Govinde, Hare Krishna. Thank you for your kind attention. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. It was actually very difficult to summarize so many topics. Actually, each slide had it had material to go on for one lecture. I could understand. So I think our audience might be, our participants might be having some questions. If you have any queries, then please shoot.
Yeah, you can just relax with this and write in your way. My email is a personal email you have on many. You can see, you can show Prabhu one image.
The last slide had the image.
Yeah, on the last one. And you are sure I will answer personally to your question. The only thing, please, you say if it is a personal answer you expect, otherwise I can share with others. Hare Krishna. Yes? So this is marvelous that you are all here. Prabhuji, you want to say something? Some comments, maybe?
If we have any queries, or should you, as Maharaj said, you would like to write your queries to him?
It's possible because it's better. According to my experience, nowadays, most of my class, I send the writing class. They send me the question, writing, and we share the writing, and it is improvement for everybody. Because it is now Kali Yuga, you speak and it is coming, it is going out, and what is in the brain, nothing. So you feel very poor. Yeah, really, I'm joking, but most of class in the past years, they were asking the same question and again. I say, but I just explained the last week. So consider all these important points your best, because it is many, like Prabhu say, and go in the comments to have explanation details, that it is more, it is easier to understand how to use it, and ask your question. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj.